I gotta get organized, so I'm gonna go shopping. Shopping, not clothes necessarily, although I do have some clients who are in serious denial, so they will go for the clothes. But shopping means go to the Container Store and buy all those really attractive matching bins, or go to Staples and buy, the really cool color-coordinated folders and labels and all that. And they bring it all back to their space and they dump it all in the corner, and they start and they realize that the stuff that they bought is probably not going to work for what they have. They either have too much or it's not the right size. They have no idea what they have, so they have no idea what they need. And so they're starting the organizing process smack dab in the middle. And I'm going to encourage you, and sometimes I actually have a networking friend who said to me once, yeah, but sometimes I just go to the Container Store to look around at all the really cool matching stuff, and I think there's something there. If I buy that, it will get me organized. And I'm going to tell you right now, folks, the hard reality is it's not the product, it's the process. You can buy all the bins and baskets and folders in the world, okay? But it's the process that's going to get you organized. It's not the stuff. But if you think about what the specific meaning of the word organize is, it's to put things into categories, right? It's to sort, essentially, is what we're doing. And that means that you have to touch every single thing that's in your space. If it's your closet, every piece of clothing. If it's the garage, every grody rake and every broken appliance and rusty bike. If it's your office, it's every paper in the filing cabinet, folks. All right? Because until you get in there and touch it and make a decision about it, you will have no idea how much you have, if what you have is what you really need and are really using, and then where it's going to go, where it's going to live. You have to ask yourself 3 questions, and the decision has to be based on these 3 questions. Do I use it? Do I need it? Do I love it? And those are the decisions I require my clients to answer. You have to answer yes to at least one out of the 3. Do I use it? Do I need it? Do I love it? Do I need it the way I live my life, the way it is today? Do I use it in my life the way I live my life today? Having a constant maintenance plan, knowing where things go, and then weeding out on a regular basis, it helps keep the clutter down. Because you can only just keep bringing stuff in for so long, right? You can only bring it in for so long. It has to eventually leave. Because the more stuff you have, the harder it is to manage. That's all very well and good, this order system for physical stuff. But what I'm really struggling with is my schedule and my calendar and my time. And if you look at it in a certain way, the order system works just as well for time. It's a little bit higher thinking, bigger picture kind of thing. I can tell you, without even talking to you, what your priorities are, and they may not be what you think they are, by looking in your calendar, by looking in your checkbook, looking at your credit card statement. I could tell you what your priorities are. You could tell what my priorities are if you looked at all of those things, right? Our priorities are what we place importance on, and it doesn't always show up in the calendar and the checkbook and the credit card, because sometimes we think we're putting priorities on certain things and we're really not. So the first step is to organize those priorities. Are these big rock priorities? Are these sand priorities? Are these water priorities that I'm just drowning in? Sometimes it's time to think about letting things go. Maybe it's a task that can be delegated. You can hand it off to somebody else. Because it's somebody who could do it as well as you can, who might do it better than you can, or who was maybe just get it done. Maybe it's something that just needs to be gotten done, right? And it doesn't have to be gotten done by you. And when it comes to task management, if it's not scheduled on your calendar, not going to happen. If you have a task list, a to-do list that's a mile long, and you are not taking those things and giving them a specific home on your calendar, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to happen. They're not going to happen. Sorry. I guarantee you, if you don't have a specific time and a place for that stuff, it's probably not going to get done. And it's going to move from to-do list to do list to to-do list to to-do list. The next step is to enclose it into time boundaries. Just like you put stuff into a file folder, papers, or clothing into a bin, right? You have to enclose what you're doing in a realistic time boundary. Often it's longer than we think or hope it's going to be. And we have to be realistic. For example, how long is it going to take me to write this report? Be realistic about how long you think it's going to be and set that time boundary. How long is it going to take me to drive from here to here so that I'm on time? The superpower of no is probably one of the most important things we can exercise in organizing both our stuff and our time. And I would like you to learn how to say no to all the things, the stuff you don't love, the stuff you don't use, the commitments and the tasks and all the things that you don't enjoy doing and don't help you reach your priorities, so that you can say yes to the stuff that does.